There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
From your glade.
That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
I got the summertime blues, my friends.
Oh, interesting. I can't wait to hear you complain about the summertime blues.
This is my problem with being in Los Angeles, is that my sandals are just too shiny from the streets being so clean. And
Do you want me to go into my pulled groin I just got on the way over here when I slipped on the ice?
You pulled your groin?
Oh, I pulled it good, Henry.
You got like a 9-foot groin.
I know, it's a lot to pull.
That's a lot of muscle.
I know, it's like a Laffy Taffy. You just got to keep on stretching and stretching it, but it never tastes good.
It's
Nobody
like a
wants
piece of
it.
cow tongue.
That's
inside of your fucking horrible, long, fucking droopy Salvador Dali body.
Well, that's nice. We haven't talked in over a week and a half, so it's nice to have you back. That's Marcus Parks. I'm Ben Kissel. We're joined by the beautiful Henry Zabrowski, who is currently struggling in that Los Angeles heat.
Oh, man, I got too much salt in this car from the oceans I've been surfing on.
Oh, you've been surfing the ocean since you got out to L.A.?
Yeah. What I do is I get a garbage can lid, and I just hold on to it in the ocean when it goes back and forth.
That's amazing.
This place is too sunny. Yeah, what's called? It's Hollywood Henry Zabrowski. Ching, 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 ching. I'm sorry, that's all my money coming out of my pockets.
I think that sounds more like Atlantic City Henry Zabrowski sitting there sad playing the slot machine.
Trump Tower Henry Zabrowski. I love the boardwalk, and I love big fat people's horrible feet.
Well, speaking of big fat people, today we're going to be discussing some of the people that will be discussing are big and fat. It's a phenomenon that originated, I don't even know when this thing came about, but it's called gangstalking, and it's quite phenomenal. Marcus, what's this thing all about?
Well, gangstalking, it's a slang term for a set of tactics used in counterintelligence operations involving the covert surveillance and harassment of targeted individuals.
But really,
you're already jumping into the COINTELPRO stuff. It doesn't even start there. This story is so convoluted and crazy. I got involved in this idea like last time I was in LA. I listened to this Coast to Coast involving a man named Michael F. Bell, who wrote a book called something like The Hidden Prison. Okay. And it's about his dealings with this apparently gang stalking activity, which is like a group of people decide to just make you nuts.
Yeah, so let's just go into that. So so gang stalking is basically there's one target. There's one individual that's whose life is being turned upside down. They're being driven insane by a group of other individuals that they don't know that are all working together to terrorize them in really small, sort of like if you're a ghost and you just like turn on the light but then turn it off really quick, even though theoretically you could like blow up the entire kitchen or something. It's very small forms of driving people insane, right? It's
like living with a drunk Ben Kissel.
I see.
And like the furniture's being rearranged around the house, and you're thinking, oh, that's funny. And then, oh, remember, I forgot my Bigfoot roommate drank a pint of fucking Burberrys last night. So he got really into the house, but he got all redecoratory.
And then, of course, when you come and you approach me with it, I would say, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't rearrange anything in the house because I was blackout drunk.
You do the same thing, make them feel crazy. Again, gang stalking tactic. Another tactic is like, they talk about basically you walk down the street, people honk their horns at you, people yell at you on the street, you overhear people talking about you on the street.
Right.
Things get rearranged in your house, you don't realize it, you get poisoned, raped, drugged.
I don't know about this rape charge.
There's a lot of rape in this story.
Really?
I don't want to be old Jackie about today's episode, but there's a great deal of rape that is involved in gang stalking, and also people then being convinced that one thing is that the gang stalking, the way they destroy any tactic you have of talking to the police is that they flag you as being known for a person that has violent inclinations, and so no one will ever trust you again.
I see.
Well, Ben, you ask where gang stalking came from and where the term kind of originates, and a lot of people say that the Stasi, the East German secret police force, they were some of the first ones to really implement this idea. They used to call the tactic Zersetzung, which is German for corrosion.
which is also a type of soup you can get.
Yeah, that's my favorite kind of soup. It's not cold like borscht, but it's not hot like chicken noodle. It's in the middle. It's warm.
It's made from your two-carded buggy, whatever you drive in Russia.
Sure.
Whatever it is. You leave like a puddle of open vodka in a cup holder and a plum in there.
Oh, I see.
And it turns into soup. Yeah, that same soup. But that's really true. They talk about this a lot of times in Gangstalking because for the Stasi would use like hand signals and they would like confuse people and like get kind of wrapped up into their life in order to make them basically to discredit people.
So it was used as a political vendetta to make so for like political opposition to make them too bonkers to be taken seriously in elections. That's the original purpose of this thing.
Well, the big thing that they used to use them, the people they used to use them against a lot would be whistleblowers.
Okay.
People that were coming out in opposition of the government or against a certain corporation. And the point of it's kind of a two-pronged type of process. There are two objectives in this. The first one is to completely remove any and all credibility that these people may have, because of course everyone they're talking to, they say,
right,
there's people following me. There's somebody fucking with me. I don't know what it is, but
so anytime you
everyone
try to
is
go
out
to like
get me.
Yeah, and so every time you go to the hospital and you explain these things that are happening to you, like what Michael F. Bell said is that he spent a week in the psych ward because they take you and they're like, oh, yeah, people are open and closes their car trunks at you. Come here, just come a little closer. And they're like, oh, what's that big jacket? And then,
get in there. And then like big-footed Jim never thought he was going to have a job until he was hired at the psych ward to kick people into the loony bin.
The other purpose of this is, of course, these people are spending a lot of time gathering information about these governments or certain corporations or individuals. Is they suddenly all of their time is being used to try to figure out what the fuck is going on. They're doing more investigations into their harassment rather than the actual important information that they were working on in the first place.
Absolutely. But this is this was the real shit. The stuff that we're dealing with now is people who believe that they call them targeted individuals. Mm-hmm. They call themselves like TIs, and that if they are chosen, it means that they are like now. We've extrapolated to fucking whatever is happening in the middle of psychotic America. They believe that maybe they were up to something. They were unbeknownst to them really important to some gigantic global fucking network, and that now they're being targeted for a specific reason.
Well, nobody wants to be Fat Susan sitting on the couch. People want to be Fat Susan cracking the case for the NSA and figuring out what we're doing over there in Afghanistan or something like that.
No. If you're already super paranoid, all this does is confirm your bullshit. Like you believe that it's real. Like that saying, like maybe you're not paranoid, maybe they really are out to get you.
So do you think, because I feel like, maybe back in the day, like old school, like German tactics, I would imagine that there was probably someone who found a couple of books he wasn't supposed to see in Germany. And perhaps you could have a very rational, it would be very rational to explain that people were, tormenting him and taunting him. But nowadays, I feel like people are just really bored and they want to feel more important than they actually are. And they go on some message boards and they say a couple of ridiculous conspiracy theories. Next thing you know, a guy farted on them on the subway or took a toot on their face on the bus ride, and they're talking about gang stalking.
And you know what? I can give you an exact example of that exact thing. Henry sent a great article from Yahoo Voices.
Are we talking violent flatulence here?
No. You see, Yahoo Voices, this is a real America coming forward and telling their stories, all right? I'm sick of looking at Wikipedia. I'm sick of what the fucking government has got to say about it.
That's
and
right.
So-called police and medical doctors have to say about it. I want to see what the American people got to say about it.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is some excerpts from this woman's experience with gang stalking.
Do we know that this is a woman, by the way?
Yes, we do.
Okay, it says, okay.
Yeah. We definitely know. Here's her personal experience. This is a day in the life of this woman. Here's what she says. Across from me were two college-aged kids taking pictures of me and talking about me lowly, but loud enough so I could hear. Behind me was a man in a suit who, after the bus ride, said, "They were being too loud for you, weren't they?" Catty corner to me was a curly-haired woman who seemed to be talking on her cell to someone in the front of the bus I couldn't see, saying something like, "How can she come off so sophisticated and then do something like that?"
Right.
The bus stopped.
So a very specific sentence like that, and you're like, that has to be about me, because no one else would come
That
across
has
as
to be about me,
sophisticated and do something like that.
When the bus stopped, I followed the curly-haired woman and tried to get her to admit why she was following me, but she practically ran away from me.
Like
and
she was terrified of a lunatic chasing her from the bus.
Yeah, because you were going like, what are you saying about me? What are you saying about me? Yeah,
It's just so funny because the same woman that she thought was gang stalking her could have the exact same thing. Be like, I got off the bus and this woman followed me and demanded answers from me. I ran away. I'm being gang stalked.
And about halfway to her as I was chasing her, a big, intimidating black man
She does sort of write it like that.
stepped in my path until I stopped following the woman.
So I just feel, and this woman has a whole bunch of very specific examples of that. She has another one that I thought was relatively hilarious when she was talking about going to concerts, and she's like, people will come up to you at concerts and they'll talk to you like you're friends, but they don't really like you, and they're all wearing the same shirt, like a Metallica shirt at the Metallica concert.
Oh, yeah, because it's a Metallica concert and they're selling them out back. No, these people are, I just think that there's a lot of it that's really very strange, but I do love when it heads into that conspiracy angle where we learn about this thing called the Royal Queen Society. There's a lot of people who believe that they're being chosen for this because they're a part of some sacred bloodline.
Okay, well, let's go into that. So what is the first of all, Henry, do you actually, because I mean, obviously it's kind of fun to make fun of this chick. She seems like not that credible, but it does this. You could organize this online now. You really could torment somebody. It seems like, they talk about how there's probably somebody very powerful in charge, but it's probably someone like Jamie from the Private School Girl, a wonderful Netflix thing. It's probably just some, the coolest girl in school telling all of her friends to go torment, whoever.
Yeah.
Because she kissed the wrong boy.
It's like, sincerely, you really believe that there's a dude in the Bilderberg group who just like, oh man, I hate Fat Timothy. I hope he fails his chemistry test this week, and then starts sending people to harass him.
And
But you imagine how terrifying that would be if you get your chemistry test and all the answers are already filled in and they're all wrong, and then you're like, but I didn't fill it in. I didn't fill it in.
This woman, I mean, she explicitly says, yes, all of this can be chalked up to paranoia, but I know better. And then in bold it says, paranoia does not exist.
Paranoia does not exist, which is just like the most paranoid thing
Yeah, it is.
that one can say. Well, I feel like you would feel super paranoid if this was happening to you. But she was saying but then she goes on to do, there was another story about how, so another thing, we'll get into the Royal Queen stuff. I kind of jump ahead of how nuts that is. But again, so in each one of these cases, it seems to escalate. Where this one woman from the story, this thing called Gangstalkingjournal.com, would talk about how people would open and close their car trunks outside of her house, waking her up at all hours of the night, right? And that's where it started. Then she started getting evil poems written and put inside of her house. All stuff saying but stuff like, not saying I'm going to kill you, but just saying stuff like, you're not good enough. You don't deserve this life, right?
She was just being courted by a really bad Romeo. You was just trying to love her.
In 1945, this is Jimmy Stewart hitting on a woman.
That's right. You're too stupid. No one loves you, but I do.
I do. I'll take care of you. So in 2004, it escalated to this. While on a trip to visit friends in Austin, Texas, I was covertly drugged, interrogated, raped, and, tortured in various ways, involving physical but mainly psychological forms of abuse. She says that she went out. She said that they was drugged with Xanax and a cup of coffee over a period of 3 days.
I'm sorry. What is she, a Mormon? Coffee and Xanax? These are the same. These are the same grade now. It's like weed and heroin.
Xanax just makes me feel groovy.
Yeah.
Xanax is just great for planes. So
I'm sorry. I just don't believe that she just had a gangbang and felt bad about it. Xanax and coffee? Come on.
But actually, it kind of mirrors then what could actually just be victim blaming from police. And so it's like, I was repeatedly drugged with alternative doses of Xanax, methamphetamine, and strong hallucinogens. I can only assume something like PCP. This went on for 3 days total. During these druggings, as the lightest form of harassment, I was made to act out all kinds of stupid human tricks, to dance suggestively or to act out embarrassing scenes.
They made her do a shitty Letterman gag?
Yes.
Whatever happened to MK Ultra trying to make superhero, superior warriors. Now they're just doing bits?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then a hook comes out and pulls her up, and the dude with the bag on his head comes out, and he does all the dumb jokes afterwards.
Did she have to touch a stump like she's on the Apollo before she does her little tricks?
I was made to say inflammatory things about various ethnic, political, and other groups. So maybe she was doing a podcast?
Yeah, she was just drunk. She's just drunk.
The agenda here was to use footage of these remarks to sign me up for harassment from militant factions of such special interest groups. And so basically she said they were in mass, like very similar to the Michael F. Bell story where he said he took a drink from a beer, woke up in a warehouse with two dudes with carnival masks playing with his balls. Which just also, again, just seems like a wild weekend that got out of control.
And then, like Mike Tyson showed up and an Asian guy jumped out of a trunk naked. I mean, this is The Hangover, for Christ's sake.
The Hangover 4. Yeah, this whole, I don't know what the truth is.
Well, how these regular ass people, how they justify themselves being targets of gang stalking, because they say, the big thing is that it's mostly whistleblowers. There's a lot of people that were former Scientology members.
Okay. Oh,
that
I see.
claim that they were gang stalked, which that actually does have I think that has some validity to it.
Well,
in and of
so,
itself.
As far as cult gang stalking and things like that happened with Warren Jeffs, the fella there in Utah, his huge cult. Like if someone left it, they would be gang stalked. I guess I don't think it was called gang stalked.
Yeah,
but definitely Scientologist.
Yeah.
When obviously Miss Katie Holmes, when she broke up with Mr. Tom Cruise, by definition she was being gang stalked.
Scientologists, they call it fair game.
Right.
When someone leaves
it's like 50 people all working together against one person, that's the fair game.
When someone leaves the church or says anything negative about the church, those people automatically become fair game, which means the Scientologists can do pretty much whatever they want want to them. I heard a story yesterday someone told me about is that there was a graphic designer that had done some work for Beck. And Beck, Beck is a big Scientologist. His grandfather was, among the founders, but Beck is a huge Scientologist.
And he's doing it's just a dumb fucking Photoshop of like a devil giving a haircut. It's like, it's a devil's haircut. I hope we like it.
And so Beck never paid for it, and this woman started talking shit about Beck and started talking shit about Scientologists all around Hollywood. She lived in Venice at the time.
Okay.
And after that, there started to be this very concentrated effort against this woman to drive her insane, and she eventually killed herself, like through gang stalking tactics.
And that is supposed to be the number one goal of gang stalking, is to make you either so crazy that you're useless or you kill yourself.
Yeah. And how regular people, how they justify themselves being gang stalked, even though they haven't pissed anybody off, they're not big whistleblowers. They say that they are practice individuals, that before these gang stalkers really, say they get into an Edward Snowden or something like that, they have to, practice on Fat Timothy.
Yeah, poor Fat Timothy. All he wants to do is go to the hamburger stand.
That's
he doesn't want to be followed. Fat Timothy's he's a little Buddha. He's a little monk. There's no reason to come at him, but he's the perfect victim because he is a victim, born victim.
He is. So the end goal is to have these people kill themselves. And this is a fairly common horror trope, driving people insane, driving families insane, and things like that.
Yeah.
Because also just the term gaslighting is thrown around quite a bit. Because that's also the truth is that the problem, again, is that it's just
Henry,
like...
explain, what's gaslighting?
Gaslighting is when when someone does something, and basically what you want to do is destroy their argumentative logic by making them appear or you believe them to be crazy. Just being if someone has a certain opinion, you say that they're crazy. Like what these people say all the time. They'll find someone taking a picture of them and they're like, haha, this bitch can see me over here. And then she's like, what did you say to me? And they're like, I didn't say anything. That's gaslighting.
Oh, I couldn't stop thinking of that image from Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey lit his fart on fire. When you drop the pants, I think that feels like a good way to just disprove. Like someone could have the greatest point ever, but if you drop trow and let a fart on fire, you won the argument.
Otherwise known as the Ed Larson Express.
Other tactics on
fat bag of shit.
Good job, Henry.
Other tactics on gaslighting include breaking into somebody's household and moving things around.
Okay.
Like you just walk in and, where a lamp will be, you leave the house and the lamp is on one table, you come back and it's on a completely different table.
And then also
your furniture will be moved around, just all kinds of
And that
weird
blends
shit.
into the glitches in the Matrix thing, too.
Yeah.
Where you start to believe that maybe your reality's falling apart. And There's a lot of people like that. I don't know if there was a series of videos that went up on YouTube that she put up where a woman was convinced that this mailman was following her and harassing her. And they're very frightening. She was highly terrified, but you watch this video, I'll put it up on the Facebook page, of her confronting this mailman, being like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're up to. And he's like, ma'am, you need to get the fuck away from me.
I am a mailman.
I am a mailman. I can put you in a box and I can send you to England.
That's right. Send her. Where did Garfield always send Normal?
Abu Dhabi.
Send her right to Abu Dhabi. So the main difference between like this, because I can't stop thinking of the similarities between like cyberbullying and things like that.
Yeah.
But the main difference with this is it's like live. It's like improv everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like improv everywhere.
Yeah,
but like
absolutely.
malicious and sadistic.
Yeah, they hire they'll hire criminals for this type. They'll hire criminals, homeless people. They'll go to.
Well, that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it gives them a little
it's
bit more.
job creator.
That's right.
They'll go to neighbors and they'll tell how they get the neighbors into it is they'll go to the neighbors and they'll tell them like, listen, this person is under investigation for a possible crime. We need your help on this. We need you to do such and such to him.
Yeah, the idea is to like pray and use people that love to get off on a feeling of power. That's what they say. But then it's also it ranges to their family and doctors and police. Like this woman talking about how she said that she was assaulted. She went to this emergency room. The same story from Gangstalking Journal. She went to the emergency room after she said she was assaulted, and she said the nurse essentially like they did the rape kit, and then she's like, "You're not going to get anything from this." And the nurse threw it out in front of her, and that people would walk past her, smashing the windows of the whatever the room that she was in.
Yeah.
Like, but again, maybe is she crazy, or is this stuff happening because it happens to hundreds of people?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like something that could happen, and it certainly would happen. I think it happens to like political figures relatively regularly. I mean, there's a whole bunch of files and things like that. Everyone knows everything there is to know about their political opponents and stuff. So I guess it could make sense. I'm not sure if it really works in these really micro levels, but it's possible. And it would be terrifying.
You want to talk about a micro level? Here is a description of a psychological operations tactic they use, like on the smallest level. It says, when you're walking through a mall or a downtown shopping district, the surveillance team will intentionally interfere with your route. A pavement
Well, that's
artist,
just if you're black at a mall. that's every black man's life in America, isn't it?
Pavement artists will absent-mindedly cross your path, forcing you to change paths. Other people will inadvertently obstruct your path. Then, as you know, the pressure continues to build. People will start to bump into you. They'll jostle you. They'll step on your heel from behind. They'll create big lines for you, so you have to wait a long time for your food.
This is just living in New York City.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I just feel like these are people who really think that that they are the most important people in the world, and everyone is just out to get them. When in reality, the mall is packed because it's Christmas time.
Yeah, and one of the people say is that if you notice this happening to you in public, if you notice people fucking with you like this in public, here's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Put your cell phone to your ear as if you're on a phone call. And if you don't have a cell phone immediately accessible, just put your hand to your ear as if you are holding a cell phone. Look directly at the perp's face, smile, and say very loudly, "They sent a brown noser. Can you hear me? Sorry, I have bad cell phone connection. I'll try to talk loudly. I said they sent a brown noser. Yeah, just some retard who'll do anything he's told. He doesn't even know who he's working for. Just some brown noser."
All right, well,
So
ma'am, you were
He's
just
just some brown noser.
all right. You were just talking into your hand there, ma'am, and it's mentally challenged. Retarded is a very offensive word. I have a mentally challenged son.
I know what you're doing. Now get out of my way. I'm trying to get into the Abercrombie and Fitch.
That's right. I'm sorry.
They
What?
also use electronic harassment. That's the other thing that I discovered through researching Gangstalking, which is convoluted, to say the least, is that they have a thing called electronic harassment, which is this idea of using people like in a van outside of your house, using like your microwave to talk into your brain. They believe that they could send messages directly into your skull or use the microwave to cover your body in burns and welts.
I mean, is the message just that 90-second perfectly cooked burrito? That's a nice message to get. By the way, Henry, how has the food been? You been living okay out there?
Oh, yeah, I've been eating like a maniac. I gained 9 pounds.
9 pounds? You've only been out there for 12 days.
I have just been
pregnant?
I ate a lot of burritos. I maybe have eaten a dozen burritos.
Wow.
And then I had burgers and tacos, and I've been really going to town on myself.
Well, we could just do a whole nother podcast about it.
Yeah, Ben, you can't see, I can see Henry's face, but you can't see him. When he was just talking about that, the look of sadness on his face was, I mean, it was
Oh, Henry,
heartbreaking.
you're sad when you eat right now.
Well, it's an activity to do. People come to me and they're like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I put myself on a taco treasure hunt. And they're like, you are going to get diabetes. You are a John Candy in the fucking making.
Oh, that's wonderful. He was a very successful actor, John Candy.
Yes, he
He had
was.
9 heart attacks at once.
Yeah, is that what it was? 9 heart attacks.
His heart literally went like it's like he went to sleep one night apparently, and he woke up and his heart had a fedora on and a bag, like and like moved out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Very
too much for him.
Interesting. It seems like something out of a Ren and Stimpy cartoon or something.
Oh, it is.
That's pretty great.
See, Gangstalking has showed me that there's a lot more to life than just living.
Yes. Yeah, that's the lesson we're learning today. There's a lot more to life than just living. You can also live with a bunch of people stalking you and making you seem like you're going crazy.
Well, Henry mentioned the electronic harassment. There's also noise harassment, which I find absolutely fascinating. With these,
Is it called the Round Table of Gentlemen? Is that where that is?
That's a burn on yourself.
They use a few different tactics. They use hypersonic sound, first of all, which hypersonic sound is that they can attune a certain sound that can only be heard by you because they can direct it where it is only to be heard in the immediate area around your head. So you'll tell people, it's like, listen, there's this sound. It's driving me insane. I can't find out where it's from. And they'll say, like, I don't hear anything.
Yeah,
like, what are
bro,
you
that's
talking
just
about?
your Dr. Dre Beats headphones that you're wearing there. They're very good.
And there's another one that I haven't. Henry, you've probably heard of this one. Have you heard of the voice of God weapon?
No.
This sounds amazing.
The voice of God weapon is where you can, it works the same as hypersonic sound, where hypersonic sound is more of a white noise type of thing, but the voice of God is that you can direct a noise, specifically a voice, directly into a person's head, like, or the immediate area surrounding it, and no one else can hear what this person is hearing, so they think they're going fucking nuts.
And this is a real thing. This is that's actually real. There are patents. Like I was reading about the electronic harassment, and there has been extensive research done into using this for crowd control. They've been talking about they do it for, like, the idea is that apparently there was real patents that came out a while about using these microwaves. But using microwaves, you put not the actual machine, just the actual microwaves. You put information on them, and you can beam it to a group of people. And apparently, all of these like sort of public patents went private. The government bought them all out. Of course, yeah. And what they've been using them for, what they were using them for was to help control insurgent populations. Yeah. That's what they want to do, is create confusion in like militia.
So each like group is getting a different message.
Yes,
and even though they're 10 feet apart from each other,
you make them perpetually confused. But we don't know if that's real or not.
I don't know if this means anything, but a couple of years ago, I was sitting in a massage chair at a Sharper Image.
Okay. It means nothing.
It doesn't. That doesn't. I just want to plug the Sharper Image massage chair.
Is this the story?
No.
You were sitting in a massage chair?
No. They kicked me out eventually. But they had a radio that was the whole point of the radio, was that you stand right here and you can hear it. And if you go to the right or you go to the left, you can't hear it. And the whole point was to have like a quiet living room or something like that. I forget the way they were marketed.
I don't need the government in my brain. That's why I play my tunes on a violin.
That's right. That's right.
The only music I listen to is live violin.
Well, that's a great piece of music there.
Yeah, everyone it's like I'm a little fucking Mozart or something. I don't know.
I don't know either. But Henry or Marcus, you have something?
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about a lot of these people on the internet, they're writing, and these people, they're paranoid, but ultimately they're harmless. However,
I guess so.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, for now, they're harmless.
And for now, they're harmless.
that's the thing. I don't know if these people are harmless, because this seems to go like they can still buy a gun, right?
Well, that's
yeah.
what happened on September 16th, 2013, when Aaron Alexis bought a shotgun and went to the Washington, D.C. Navy Yard and killed 12 people, including himself.
The Navy Yard shooting. Now, this is a great tie-in.
Yeah, he claimed...
Because he truly believed that he was hearing voices and stuff, right?
Yeah, he claimed to have been stalked by multiple perpetrators and had reported that he was a victim of electronic harassment and noise harassment tactics.
That's right.
And remember what he had carved on his gun? He carved "My ELF weapon," which ELF stands for extremely low frequency.
Very interesting. And of course, the way it's a very difficult thing to get into a Navy Yard. And the fact that he was able to get in so deep and last as long as he did with a shotgun and take out 12 people, when you would think that's a relatively well-armed group of security guards at a Navy Yard. And they
he
didn't
took
seem to
them
get
completely by surprise.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like on a Saturday or something like that?
It was, I believe it was a weekday. It was it was a work day because that's how we got in, because he had worked there for a while. His security clearance had been it had actually been wiped out, but he was able to talk his way in even with the expired security card. But he said, like, the interesting thing about him is that, everyone said he was schizophrenic. He heard voices, all this stuff. But schizophrenia, that shows up in your late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
He was 34 years old, and he had never exhibited any kind of symptoms for schizophrenia up until a few months before this incident.
And I would assume that he must have passed the health test and the psychiatric exams that would allow you to work in a Navy Yard. I mean, it's a relatively safe, secure location.
Yeah, and he never thought that it was supernatural or anything like that. Like a lot of these gang stalking people do believe that it's demons talking to them.
You can pop into this where it's like I was about to say, is like this is, I mean, that's a full example of, because then it's all like, well, these are the who are targeted individuals. It's like normal people or activists, but it looks like the people who are doing the stalking, they say, of course, maybe it's giant clandestine, some fucking black book government group, or it's a symptom of the hyperdimensional matrix reality.
By the way, Henry is standing up right now.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought you went to the bathroom. Your voice has totally changed. Sit back down.
Sit back down. Your voice has changed. Yeah, but I know you were getting a little excited there, but take your seat, young man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell people the truth.
Yeah, go into it. Go. What is the what was the thing? The hyper reality. What was that?
On a thing called intoworlds.net, in the article Gang Stalking and Targeted Individuals, this woman explains that, of course, maybe it's just some gigantic shadow government thing, but also maybe, just possibly, the hyperdimensional matrix reality, right?
Hyperdimensional, yeah.
The hyperdimensional matrix reality. We all know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
The people involved with gang stalking activities may always be piloting their own wheel, to put it straightforward manner, she says. Other stuff may be manipulating them, working through them. There definitely seems to me a hyperdimensional component to it all. Hyperdimensional as in non-physical realms and entities.
We know what hyperdimensional means.
I don't know what hyperdimensional means.
That exists outside our own third density physical reality, unconstrained by space-time, manipulating reality and working through people like puppet masters behind the scenes. And you know who could possibly be doing that?
Who?
Terry the Gnome.
Terry the Gnome. I can't.
Hey, fucking bitch.
What's up, Terry? I had no way.
Hey, I'm climbing this car, climbing this truck shut so I can fucking wake you up, you bitch.
Terry, why you been gang stalking all these poor women? Leave them alone. They have tough lives.
Big long clits, and I just want to bite on them like it's a salmon at the end of a string, you bitches.
Jesus Christ, Terry, it's been so long since we've seen you. How you been? What have you been up to?
I've been lifting weights.
You're getting stronger.
Yeah, I'm just lifting stacks of pennies because I'm so fucking small.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you go to Gold's Gym, or do you just lift in the front yard?
No, I hate seeing these fags running around their leather suits, lifting their weights, just gaggling for each other.
Well, I mean, they're muscle men, they're bodybuilders, they're very straight.
What kind of a gym are you going to where everyone's dressed in leather?
It's a cowboy gym.
It's a cowboy. It seems like you're just going to gay bars there, Terry.
No. I'm just so sick of going out every night and every dude coming up to me just being like, hey, Terry, I want to suck your cock. And I'm just like, you wait.
Terry, I mean, we have a Michael Sam. He's a gay football player. He just came out.
To myself.
You can't, Terry, do you want to come out as gay?
No, fuck you, you Salvador Dali looking monster.
All right, we'll let you calm down, Terry. Thank you so much for coming back to the show, though.
Yeah. It was nice to hear from him.
It was, and then he ran off.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Just skittered off into the night.
It must be Los Angeles.
It must be.
It's 95 degrees in this room that I'm in right now. I'm fucking sweating.
You just can't. I'm just not feeling bad for you.
No, not at all.
It is 17 degrees
He
here.
just took his shirt off. He just took his shirt
Oh,
off.
no. Well, now I feel bad for Marcus because he's getting the visual.
Yeah.
I'm literally getting like a Baja steam underneath my tits.
Yeah, he just pulled up his right tit.
Did it steam? Or did a dumpling fall out? All right. Good God.
So is it demons?
Is it demons?
Dimensional beings that are doing this to people?
Terry,
my
no.
theory is no.
No, you're going to say no. So, okay, are there any examples? Let's just say somebody goes through a whole process of getting gang stalked, doesn't end up killing themselves. Does it ever end?
They write a book about it. They write a book about it, like Michael F. Bell, and then you make probably a solid $3,000 on selling your book on Coast to Coast.
Maybe.
Yeah, I did read one woman say that she has been gang stalked for the last 7 years.
And it continues
on.
on.
It takes place over a long fucking period of time.
Well,
these people say they're suffering from it, and it's also, I want to always do this. It's very similar to UFO and ghost phenomena, where a lot of the times these people experienced it when they were kids, and then it comes back when they're adults.
Yeah, this one woman said that she had moved. Her and her child had moved to a different town, of course, because of the gang stalking activity. But everywhere that she went, she found a new person that was gang stalking her. Like she said that at her child's new school, all of the parents of the other children started stalking her. All of the other children started stalking her children. It's just this woman is obviously very ill.
This is a specific brand. I think this is a specific brand of American paranoia.
Yeah.
I think that there is been, because we even talked about back in the day about like MK Ultra affecting this gigantic, the entire subconscious of the country. I think that there is something involved with how America operates between like constantly being bombarded either by people or advertisements or television, and there are just some people whose brains are jelly immediately. And they go nuts. They just go nuts. They just snap in the middle of America. And because of things like YouTube and because you can put up a website about your experiences, it's out in the open, and that every person who's damaged is desperately looking for a group to belong to. And so it's perfect to belong to a group of targeted individuals.
It also seems like we have ego's out of control here, right? It's a pretty egotistical idea that everybody is plotting against you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no normal person thinks that unless you're a female stand-up comedian. All right. Scratch it from the record.
But no, it's
inside
true.
Baseball.
It involves it really is. There is a type of egomania that's involved in it. It's a lot of it got to do with that idea of that people said that they America, we all consider ourselves temporarily embarrassed millionaires. Everyone's ready to be a star of their own show, and this is how you get to be the star of your own show.
Right. I agree, because back in the day, the 30s, the 20s, the 40s, if you were a schizophrenic, you stayed in bed. They didn't let you out of the house, and now you stay in bed, but you have a laptop, and you're allowed to rant and rave on these insane websites, and then it all.
Because I'll put it this way: so one of these theories is in our searching for this on this topic, there's a thing called Gangstalking world that we found, where basically there's like a whole other side to the targeted individual thing, where there are people who believe that they've been chosen specifically, and that they look at, like, this guy puts himself as, this blog is going to be about my adventures with gang stalking, where it's the idea of you actively participate in it because now you believe you've been specifically chosen for a reason.
Is there an end game? Is there what's the end game for him?
You join a possible brand new world community that's trying to change everyone's life. So
this is sort of like a fraternity hazing process, and then after he goes through getting gang stalked and his life is miserable, then it's like the end of the game when Michael Douglas falls through the ceiling and they're like, "Happy birthday! You've been making your life a living hell for how many months here. Happy birthday!"
Absolutely.
And then they're friends.
he wrote this sort of allegorical story to help target individuals like join up with them, and it's called The World of the Royal Queen.
Okay.
He really does believe that he's a part of a super spiritual bloodline that's been chosen in order to be a part of the next new spiritual society. And the way, so then I was like, okay, cool. So this guy's taking a fucking positive. He's taking a positive thing. He's taking it back. It's like, I'm not going to even say it. You take things back.
Like the F word for you.
Yeah.
Fat.
Right? Fat. Unpredictable. So one of his chapters is World of the Royal Queen, the Royal Mommy. So we read through a lot of interesting stuff when we do this podcast. So this is just
the Royal Mommy.
This is what he's done. He wrote this to help you understand your place better in the world of the Royal Queen.
Okay.
The Royal Queen in later years spiritually ended up being called the Royal Mommy because she had so many dozens upon dozens of children spiritually. She would become not just the Royal Queen, but also the Royal Mommy. That seriously be making sense. Her family unit extends from the heavens unto Earth province and beyond. She has children from the galactic provinces as well. The Royal Queen had children and children's children, so far as the eye can see. By the end of it, there were millions upon millions of people related to the Royal Queen spiritually, and on Earth Province, there were thousands upon thousands due to her marriage with Lucifer and a few other key individuals.
Oh, okay.
They seriously be making sense. He says they seriously be making sense at the end of each paragraph.
Okay, that's good.
And here's I'd like to point out an author's note that before we get too far into this, he says, the adventures of the Royal Queen have already occurred. The vast majority of it was there in advance. She has lived most of it, loved, lost, and it was there. It is there, and it continues to be there.
Totally clear.
Yeah, totally.
Filling me with a calm energy. You know what I mean? About my gangstalking. Next chapter. If this song should be sung, World of the Royal Queen. If this song should be sung is a spiritual-based product that enables you to know if a song has been sung or a child has been created. The spiritual-based product is in real time, but can also be checked later on. It seriously be making sense. You can use your unique identifier system to check your history to see when and if a song has been sung. The information is private. If this song should be sung, will also enable you to check your various intimate or not so intimate encounters. The situation seriously be making sense if you were a grown-up. It's one of the cutest products ever created. It has 2 sections created for grown-ups, and it also has a section that enable parents to keep track of other situations that suitably be making sense. It's one of the most instrumental products ever created. It suitably be making sense.
Wow. I have no idea what he's talking about.
I sat and tried to read this for 45 minutes. I found it. I went through it. I went back through the website, his personal website, which includes a blog that has stuff like destruction of Victoria's ivory at the palace.
Okay.
They destroyed an ivory chair that Queen Victoria had. A part of history, a part of human history, a part of Victoria's history. I was surprised, shocked, and dismayed to learn that William wishes to destroy, give away, or do away with the ivory at the palace. It's great what he wants to set some modern-day example to be sure that is always commendable. But some of these items belong to Victoria, Queen Victoria, and they ought not to be destroyed. They are historic in nature and significance and should be preserved. And then random postings about like other people that he says are target individuals, and then various things about like saying that Kate Middleton isn't queenly enough to be queen, and then he posted Madonna's Something to Remember video.
I see. So sometimes he likes to jack off to some hot stuff. So he wants to. So he's taking the power back. So the target now has all the power, and you're just supposed to start playing along with the people who are gang stalking you. That's his overall message. That's his game.
Well, you know what? We can ask directly, as the author's note says, to find out more. If you have questions, the offices of the Royal Queen are now open. To contact the offices, please just verbally request to be in touch with the offices of the Royal Queen. So, Ben, why don't you ask that question once more, and we'll see if the Royal Queen responds.
I would love to be in touch with the Royal Queen, or the offices. Hey, offices of the Royal Queen, I want to be in touch with you.
Hello, is this Ben Ben Kissel.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Royal Queen. Oh, it's be making most sense.
Oh, I can't believe it. I didn't think it was going to work. I thought this whole thing was kind of a sham.
I've got 4 teeth and they're all green as a rose.
Really?
Oh.
It's such a privilege to be here with you, Royal Queen. Do you have any advice for me? I would like to be targeted. I want to be gang stalked.
You'll never make it, Ben Kissel. You're not strong enough.
What do you mean? I'm not going to kill myself if a couple of folks get in my way in a line or talk poorly about me.
President, you should feel bad about it. Oh, I'm naked from the chest up because it's so hot in my castle.
Oh my goodness! How big are your breasts?
Oh, they're man-sized.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Henry. It's Henry.
God.
I don't mean to bust. I don't mean to squelch on the parade, but I just didn't think we were going to be hearing from the Royal Queen in such a specific way. I was really wondering if maybe our podcast would just shut off.
That's a good point. Thanks for saving the show, Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. When I go to the taco stand later on today, I'm going to see if they give me any fucking problems with getting a taco. Because if one person gets me a fucking problem while I'm getting a taco, I know what the jig is up, and I'm going to start taking it to the streets.
Yep, that's right. And everyone's going to believe you if you start ranting and raving about how you're angry with the taco stand. I mean, they're going to think you're crazy, but they're going to think you're probably right.
They're like, no, you're just like your taco blood level is 90%.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Anything else with this gang stalking stuff?
It's completely. I put up a documentary not that long ago.
Okay.
I'm going to put up this information on the Facebook page. Really get into it because honestly, like
fun.
We're describing it as well as we can, but you really because it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah. It is.
And it ties into the two things that they bring up a lot in relation to this is COINTELPRO and MK Ultra. MK Ultra shows up a lot, and in fact, some people say that Ted Kaczynski, the reason why he went crazy was a combination of MK Ultra and gang stalk
and a bad haircut. That always helps you go crazy.
Terrible toilet paper.
Oh, that'll make no 2-ply. You can go nuts with no 2-ply.
No, it's very true. There is because we see a lot of the same MK Ultra tactics in people who describe their gang stalking scenarios, like getting the psychic driving and then having like barbiturates and then speed putting on their system, knocking them out, using hallucinogens and like weird like hypnotic suggestions in order to get them to do shit that they don't want to do.
Yeah, and it's a good way for a government to maintain control, too, having your population rat each other out. I mean, you look at the Nazi Germany, for example. That was a very strong tactic that governments use. So
it's very interesting. I mean, to be honest, every part of me says that these people are totally insane. Yeah. But there's just so much of it.
I think there is some truth to it. I think it is rarely used, but I do think that
I think it's used
are used on
like
people.
You mentioned earlier. I do think it's used. It's used in cult. It's used for cult power figures to control their populations, and it's certainly used with Scientologists and things like that.
It is definitely used. They use it, so it's obvious. So it does exist. It's just random people. Actually, are they really running tests on people in order to perfect their gang stalking techniques?
It's possible.
Yes, they are.
Who knows? Who knows? How
These
many
poor people. Honestly, but I do feel bad for the people. But the more you read about it, it's like whatever it is that's going on, it's like it's either just. I mean, because we do have a mental health issue in this country where these people are overlooked.
Yes, and whoever writes about being gang stalked should put immediately on flagged on a list. So when they go to the gun shows and when they go to Texas, except for Marcus, you're fine. I do not think that these people need to be armed and dangerous because they're shooting at everybody, regardless of if they're talking about them or not.
Yeah, but.
Well, it's so good to hear you guys' voices again. It's so good to do the podcast again.
It's wonderful, and we should put up that Yahoo Voices if we could, Marcus, on the page to get that one out there because that one's really awesome.
Yeah, that one's great.
And it's so great to be back here. Everyone was so nice to Marcus.
Yes.
While he was gone.
I want to sincerely thank everyone. It really helped out a fuck of a whole lot.
And Henry, actually, you're not able to partake in this, but perhaps Marcus will be kind enough to hide some of the product that was sent to us from a fan, Randy Katzen. He sent some amazing beef jerky, Henry.
He sent vacuum sealed homemade beef jerky. We destroyed
Send
an
it to me.
entire bag of it at, at the round table yesterday.
You can't send beef jerky twice in the mail. It makes it go bad. So it's going to have to stay right here, but it's the best beef jerky we've ever had. And you sent it to the last podcast on the left.
You sent it to me. You sent it to me.
Well,
I want some beef jerky. I want beef jerky. I got enough.
You're breaking it up. Okay.
Yeah, you just got so passionate about beef jerky, you broke up the feed.
We lost the feed because you got angry over jerkied beef.
All right, so join the Facebook page, everybody. We're going to get back into the swing of it here.
That's right, and we got the live show is going to be on the 22nd.
Yeah,
here at the Creek in the Cave. Henry will be Skyping in there because obviously he'll still be. I think he'll be in New Orleans actually because you got some good news. You'll be working on a film with Jack Black, right?
Hopefully this will happen.
That's awesome. That is going to be a wide lens. Jack Black and Henry Zabrowski on screen together. I don't think that's ever been done. That's
I
amazing.
can't wait to share a beignet with him, Lady the Tramp style.
Oh, it's going to be adorable. He's going to love it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. And I am at Ben Kissel, and that's at Marcus Parks, and that's at Henry Loves You for the Twitter thing. And hail yourselves.
Hail me!
Halgeen.
Hail Satan. Magustalations.
Magustalations. Someone find me in Los Angeles and pick me up and take me someplace drinking.
All right, so you have your orders from Henry Zabrowski. Pick him up and take him someplace drinking. That sounds good. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.